They are our storytellers. Our elderly are meant to be those who share the secrets of wisdom and knowledge and life with our youth. As the great-grandson of a Rosie the Riveter, I had a storyteller who had the experience to be my AP US history teacher. Unfortunately, I was too young to take full advantage of her wisdom and knowledge. As a result of my lack of understanding and ignorance, I let an amazing resource and mentor slip through my fingers. In light of this, my eyes were open to the lack of elderly outreach in my generation. Engulfed in independence and self-reliance, teens like myself focus more on social media than others. In a society in which over 90% of people use a social media network, the leading cause of this intergenerational gap is also the solution. Open Ears Outreach, therefore, is dedicated to the building of intergenerational relationships through the use of social media networks. Through the creation of Open Ear Outreach profiles on all the major forms of social media, a medium is created through which the change will occur. The cornerstone of Open Ears Outreach is the creation of short, high-quality video recordings focusing on an elderly person's words of wisdom, life experiences, and memorable memories. These preliminary videos will develop through my school and will focus on a teenager interviewing an elderly person resident at a nursing home. During the grassroots stages of Open Ears Outreach, focus will be put on the quality of the videos and the content rather than the quantity of views and shares. This model allows for Open Ears Outreach to grow into an organization which is well known for its quality rather than its views and shares. The next step of Open Ears Outreach's model focuses on the homemade video recordings of a teenager interviewing an elderly person of influence to them. From this conception, Open Ears Outreach people will be encouraged to reach out to the elderly and start creating relationships. From the social media movement, the door is open for further communication to continue after the interview. The Open Ears motto in regards to this step is as follows. After the recording stops, the real conversation begins. The key focus of the Open Ears Outreach is the dialogue which will follow the recordings as well as before and after. Each video will encourage others to take part in the movement, but the majority of the lessons and stories will be told in the confines of the face-to-face interactions. Each video will encourage others to take part in the movement, but the majority of the lessons and stories face-to-face interaction. This communication will not only impact the young person, but also the older person. Especially in nursing homes, the elderly are not often engaged in conversation with youth. Therefore, by reaching out, the teenager will allow a once-contained wisdom and passion to gain freedom to influence teenagers and also millions of people who view the videos on their social network pages. Through the building of relationships, teens will gain elder mentors and will be able to gain influence through people who have been in their shoes. With this increase in mentors, studies show that youth benefit in ways such as decreased likelihood of using drugs and alcohol, increased relationships, and increased graduation rates. Furthermore, about 96% of elderly in the U.S. believe in God or a supernatural force. As a result, studies propose that the spiritual influence on teenagers creates a greater sense of purpose and meaning in life, increased hope, and a greater desire to reach out to others, including the elderly. In terms of local assets, Open Ears Outreach will work directly with local nursing homes and senior centers so that teens in my area will be able to have easy access to residents who want to be interviewed. In addition, once Open Ears Outreach graduates from the beginning stages, there will be a need to partner with nursing homes and senior centers around the U.S. because social media transcends state boundaries. This then brings up concepts of possible difficulties. Such items would include teens not interested in talking with or learning from the elderly. In response, Open Ears Outreach will truly focus not only on the teens benefiting, but also the elderly. And Open Ears Outreach will start campaigning towards different audiences that would benefit truly. In terms of the financial aspect of Open Ears Outreach, the model follows that Open Ears Outreach will strategically invest in funds in social network sites as promoting the Open Ears Outreach page. This model allows for a budget, time schedule, and ability to filter target audiences. Open Ears Outreach will always be changing with the times in accordance to its founding principles. Therefore, the sustainability of such an organization would continue growing months and years after its first post. Open Ears Outreach, a social media network organization bridging the gap between the young and old, one video and one conversation at a time. Thank you.